بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعن زيد بن ثابت رضي الله قال أمرنا أن نسبح في دبر كل صلاة 33 ونحمد 33 ونكبر 34. فأتي رجل في المنام من الأنصار فقيل له أمركم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أن تسبحوا في دبر كل صلاة كذا وكذا. قال الأنصاري في منامي نعم. قال فاجعلوها 25 واجعلوا فيها التهليل 25. فلما أصبح غدا على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فأخبره فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فافعلوا. رواه أحمد والنسائي والدارمي. Now Imam Zayd ibn Sabit radiallahu anhu said that we have been ordered to make tasbih after every salah 33 times, and tahmid 33 times, and takbir 34 times. So one of the ansars, uh, an angel came to him in the dream, and it was said to him, and it was said to him, not as the angel said to him, that Rasulullah commanded you to make tasbih after every salah so many times. So the Ansari said in his dream, yes. So he said, make it 25 times, and make in it La ilaha illallah 25 times. So then it'll be 100. 25 tasbih, 25 tahmid, 25 takbir, and 25 La ilaha illallah. Right? So when he woke up, he went to Nabi Karim Sallallahu, and then he informed him. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu then said, then do this also. You can do this also. So what this means is that Nabi Karim Sallallahu, you tell him that you can do this. In others, you can do this also. They didn't abrogate the other one. So in others, you can do that. The 30 is the normal 33, 33, 34. Or if you want, you can do this one also. Right. وعن علي رضي الله قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم على أعواد هذه المنبر يقول من قرأ آية الكرسي في دبر كل صلاة لم يمنعه من دخول الجنة إلا الموت. ومن قرأ حين يأخذ مضجعه آمنه الله على داره ودار جاره وأهل دويرات حوله. رواه البيهقي في شعب الإيمان وقال إسناده ضعيف. Imam Ali Rajallah said, Nabi Akram on the hood of this member, on the planks of the hood of this member, he he said, whoever recites Ayatul Kursi after every salat, then nothing will stop him from entering Jannah except death. And whoever recites it when he takes his sleeping place, in other words, he's about to sleep, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect his house and his neighbor's house and the houses around him. Narrated in Bayhaqi narrates it in Shub al-Iman, and he says its sanad is da'if. Right? So here, obviously, now death is the only thing that's stopping this person from entering Jannah. You understand? In other words, death is the only obstacle. He's definitely going to Jannah. That is the only thing that he has to go through, and then he'll go to Jannah. Right. So this hadith, even though it is weak, however, as we mentioned in virtue, a weak hadith, to make amal on a weak hadith is also valid. And others have also, Nasai have also narrated this hadith, and Ibn Hibban and Tibrani has also narrated this hadith. عن عبد الرحمن بن غنم عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من قال قبل أن ينصرف ويثني رجليه من صلاة المغرب والصبح لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد بيده الخير يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير 10 مرات. Right. Nabi Abdul Rahman ibn Ghanam, he said, from Nabi Akram, say, whoever says before he turns around and folds his feet from Salat al-Maghrib. In other words, before he changes his position. Folds his feet, he changes his position. He's carry on sitting in a tahiyyat, right? And after Salatul Fajr, what it is, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahu mulku wa hamdu, biyadil khair, yuhyi wa yumeet, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. The fourth kalima, right? 10 times. كتب له بكل واحدة 10 حسنات ومحيت عنه 10 سيئات ورفع له 10 درجات. It will be written for him with each one 10 good and 10 wrongs will be wiped out, and 10 ranks will be raised for him. وكانت له حرزا من كل مكروه وحرزا من الشيطان الرجيم, and it will be a protection for him for everything, for every dislikable thing, and a protection from the accursed shaitan. ولم يحل لذنب أن يدركه إلا الشرك, and he will not be destroyed by any sin which afflicts him, which gets him, right, except shirk. In other words, any sin that he does, that will also Allah Ta'ala forgive that, and he won't destroy him because of it, but shirk. If he commits shirk, yeah, then Allah won't help him. وكان من أفضل الناس عملا إلا رجلا يفضله يقول أفضل يقول أفضل مما قال. رواه أحمد. وروى الترمذي نحو عن أبي ذر لا قولي إلا الشرك ولم يذكر صلاة المغرب ولا بيد الخير وقال هذا حديث حسن صحيح غريب. Right. And you'll be the best of people who did amal, right? Except the man who supersedes him and he says more than him. He recites just more times than him, right? So the Nabi Ahmad and Tirmizi also narrated similar to this hadith from Abu Zar until his statement except shirk, right? So he didn't mention it in portion there. And in Tirmizi also didn't mention Salatul Maghrib. So he only read Salatul, mentioned Salatul Fajr. And he also did mention Biyadi al Khair. Right. When Ibn al Khattab radiallahu anhu Nabi Islam بعث بعثا قبل نجد فغنموا غنائم كثيرة واسرعوا واسرعوا الرجعة فقال رجل منها لم يخرج ما رأينا بعثا أسرع رجعة ولا أفضل غنيمة من هذا البعث. There was Umar ibn Khattab, the Nabi Karim sent a delegation, a detachment in the direction of Najd. So they got lots of booty and they came back quickly. So a man from us who did not go out with them, he said, I have not seen a detachment come back more quickly and no get more booty than this detachment. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ألا أدلكم على قوم أفضل غنيمة وأفضل رجعة قوما شهدوا صلاة الصبح ثم حبسوا ثم جلسوا يذكرون الله حتى طلعت الشمس. فأولئك أسرع رجعة وأفضل group of people who will have more booty and more and a quicker returning are those people whom they witness they recite Salatul Fajr, right? They witness Salatul Subh, then they sit remembering Allah Subhanahu wa Taala until the sun rises. Then these people have they were more quickly in returning and they got a greater booty, right? And Tirmizi has narrated this, and he said this hadith is hadithun gharibun. And he said Hamad ibn Abi Humayda, the Rawi was in this hadith, he is regarded as weak in hadith, right? So what does this mean here? That this person, that person who sits, right, and he makes the zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until the sun rises, then he has gotten the rewards of the akhirah, right? Whereas a person who went, although he'll get the reward of akhirah also, but the booty that aspect of him, that he only got the reward of dunyavi reward, right? So therefore, the person who gets the reward of the akhirah is obviously more virtuous or more profitable. He's gained something more profitable. Which Allah Ta'ala says, "Ma indakum yanfadu wa ma indallahi baq." What is by you will be depleted, and what is by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala will remain. Babu ma la yajuzu min al-amali fi salati wa ma yubahu minhu. The chapter of that which is not permissible from actions in salah and what is permissible. Al-Fasl al-Awwalu. وعن معاوية بن الحكم قال بين أن أصلي مع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا عطس رجل من القوم فقلت يرحمك الله فرماني القوم بأبصارهم فقلت واسكل أمياه ما شأنكم تنظرون إلي فجعلوا يضربون بأيديهم على أفخاذهم فلما رأيتهم يسمتونني لكني سكت. You got it there. يسمتونني after that. يسمتونني ZO. Okay. فلما صلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فبأبي هو وأمي ما رأيت معلما قبله ولا بعده أحسن تعليما منه. فوالله ما كهرني ولا ضربني ولا شتمني. قال إن هذه الصلاة لا يصلح فيها شيء من كلام الناس إنما هي التسبيح والتكبير وقراءة القرآن أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Right. Now from Muawiyah ibn Hakam, he said, whilst I was reciting Salawat Rasulullah, when a man from the people sneezed, so I said, Yarhamukallah. He replied, he sneezed. Then the people were shooting me with their eyes, they were making eyes at me. So I said, may, your mother make you lost. Was it? It's a term that they use. Wasaqla ummaya. May your mother make you lost. What is your matter? You are looking at me like that. So they began hitting their hands on their thighs. So when I saw that they are trying to trying to make me quiet, however, then I became angry, but then I kept quiet. That's what that means. Lakini sakatu. I became angry, but then I kept quiet. So when Rasulullah completed Salah, then my mother and my father be sacrificed for him. I did not see a teacher before him and no after him better in teaching than him. By Allah, he did not scold me, neither did he hit me, neither did he rebuke me. And he said, indeed, this salah is not suitable in anything from the speech of people. Indeed, it is tasbih and takbir and recitation of Quran. This is how Nabi Karim said. So I said, قلت يا رسول الله إني حديث عهد بجاهلية وقد جاءنا الله بالإسلام وإن منا رجالا يأتون الكهان قال فلا تأتيهم كل ومنا رجال يتطيرون قال ذلك شيء يجدونه في صدورهم فلا يسدنهم قال قلت ومنا رجال يخطون قال كان النبي من الأنبياء يخط فمن وافق خطه فذاك رواه مسلم. قوله لكني سكت هكذا وجدت في صحيح مسلم وكتاب الحميدي وصحي في جامع الأصول بلفظة كذا فوق لكني. Right. So I said, don't be a concern. We are people who have been close in time to Jahiliyyah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought us Islam. And from us, there are men who go to the fortune tellers. So Nabi Akram said, do not go to them. Then I said, and from us are men who take omens. In other words, they come out, if they see something in the morning, then they'll decide on that now, whether they'll take a safar or they do this or they do this or do not do that. So he said that is something they find in their hearts. It should not stop them. It shouldn't stop them. So he said, from us are men who draw lines. He said, Nabi from the Anbiya used to draw lines, and wherever his lines coincide with the lines of the Nabi, then that is okay. Right, and narrated by Muslim, and he's saying, Lakin sakatu, like this I found it in Sahih Muslim and in Kitab Humaydi, and it has been made Sahih in Jamil Usul with the word kaza on top of lakinni. In other words, there are other kitabs where in Masabi, in fact, is that lakinni is not there, right? So therefore, you think that it's not correct. So he says, when I mention in Jamil Usul, it's been mentioned there what kaza on top of lakini to show that lakini is correct there, right? Was sakal ummaya, right? These are words that the Arabs use, right? And they use it to show some type of amazing thing. When they want to say something amazing, then they mention that before saying that, right? Now the question arises here is that Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, when he did some mufsid of salat here now, then why didn't Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell him to repeat his salah? So the answer to that was that he's a new Muslim and there wasn't much time that passed upon him. So so therefore he wasn't as yet mukallaf of that ruling because he just had become mansukh. They were speaking in salah initially. Right. Mm, okay, leave it till there. What I'll do tomorrow is I'll give the explanation of the kahins or rafs. You understand? These type of actions that are not permissible in Islam.